By the way, there's no one.
I'm going to pull the whole thing down. I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical.
Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to Patriots Across the Pond and Friends with Elisa and Stu. And we're here today with Red Pilling Rene, episode 14. How are you guys?
Wow, 14. Oof.
No.
Don't time fly when you're having fun. I'm all right. Yeah, I fell off my mountain bike this morning.
Did you get hurt?
Yeah.
Well, I have the solution for you. It's called the med bed. I bought one this morning.
You did buy it?
I got 2 for 1.
How'd you do that?
Because there's a coupon.
All right, send me what you did.
No, I'm doing what you told me to do. I went on it because it's July 4th.
Yeah.
And there's a special.
Is
Let's
that the
do
one-
it together.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. We're in our own world. We're talking
Yeah,
about
I know.
today.
I'm sorry, Stu. It's our independence from you this weekend.
Yeah. This weekend it's not. It is, but it's not today.
It is. Should I remind you
Yeah.
of what this is? It's July 4th.
Yeah. Tomorrow it is. Today's the 3rd.
Red coat. There's a red coat. There's a dead red coat.
You can talk about that in your own time. Now, is that the oh, don't make me laugh. I'll just tell you quickly. I was
What happened?
out of my ride, and we've got a local zoo about 10 miles away, and you can cycle down the path in the middle of the zoo, and not through the animals, obviously. There's fences either side, but it's really steep like this, and it's a bit overgrown and grassy and stuff. And I was flying down, and my mate was coming down a little bit gingerly behind me. Anyway, obviously there was grass over a rut. My wheel went in it. So as I went to turn, the bike carried on going that way, and I went over that way. So I landed right on my shoulder and my left shoulder. I think. And well, we got to the bottom. When I picked myself up, I've got video of it. Got to the bottom, picked myself up. We went to the right to go a little bit further. But as we were coming back through this field, I thought I've made the wrong decision here. And that was really tough getting home. But I feel like I've definitely bruised a rib and possibly my lung. But I hope I haven't cracked a rib. But I'll know about that in a couple of days if I have. But if you see me going like that at any time during this, it's nothing to do with anything you two have said. All right.
Well, if you get on a plane and come to New York, I have a med bed for you.
Yeah. I'll be all right.
Dude, that sucks, bro. You know what the worst news is? The worst news, because you're older now, and I can tell you this from experience, from what I've been going through, it will take you twice as long to get better.
Listen, I've spent years diving about, out of trees and all sorts of things, injuring myself. You can ask all my friends for people's amusement. And I know there is some pussies in many countries, but
I've done crazy things for that myself over my lifetime. Sorry about that.
I'm quite tough, and I'm quite good at dealing with pain, but it's just sometimes I go like that and I think, oh, like that. So I just wanted to let you know. But yeah, I'm all right. I made some stuff up for my dad when he came out of hospital with all that arthritic shoulder and stuff. Remember I told you about it? It's castor oil, and it's 3 things in it. It's turmeric powder, cumin, and turmeric, ginger, and cayenne pepper. And so I smothered myself all over that and all over my leg. My shoulder
it smells so tasty.
I've had a shower since. I've taken it off now. I had it on for a couple of hours.
Have you tried going to the pub in that delicious aroma?
I'm going to the pub. We've got an all-day party tomorrow. I don't think I'll dancing about with waving my Germans in the air. That's German band's hands for those people that don't know Cockney. But I will be there, partaking of a few. So, yeah.
Well,
okay.
Anyway, just my words of wisdom, that might work beautifully. You could also use some arnica, which is good. And then we have our nanosoma that we're using now, which the gel is supposed to be very good for pain. So I think you've got a lot of choices there to help heal this.
Well, I have been using that gel. That when I said I took that mole off, I still have a blemish there. So I've been using the gel on that. I don't think it's going to do a lot with that, but I'm definitely going to put it on my leg after this.
That was what? Arnica?
Arnica. It's like it comes like cream. It's like a Greek herb from like 5,000 years. Okay. It gets rid of black and bruises and black and blues. It helps with pain. It's really good. You should always have it in the house.
So if you go to the
you can get it on Amazon.
The health boutique or whatever. Is that where you get it?
Like Amazon, you could get it. Whole Foods has it. So
has anyone ever tried to buy arnica, but by accident purchased arsenic?
Not that I know of. That's a pretty interesting study.
That probably would not have worked out well for that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought arsenic is a little bit harder to purchase, wouldn't you?
You'd be surprised. It's actually rat poisoning. You could use it for rats, so I guess they sell it. It's only the true criminal that will apply to the human being.
Yeah.
So now, how have you been? We have a big day tomorrow, but I know you're off on a trip. You're actually going to be in the nation's capital this weekend, and it'll be very interesting to see what you experience, versus like a lot of us that are just sort of in our own towns, celebrating as usual.
Well, it's going to be hot as Hades. That much I know. It's going to be.
We're having a heat wave here, Stu.
It's going to be 100 degrees. Really hot.
Well, Trump said, didn't he? It's going to be 107 degrees on the 4th.
There you go.
Something like that.
Well, there's your 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hot, and you're going to want to be outside because that's where all the cool stuff is going on. Yeah. Pun intended. Yeah, it's going to be the biggest fireworks show, I think.
Ever. They said in the world. That's what they said. I don't know if that's true, but.
And I had the opportunity because I was in, my friend just bought a farm in Pennsylvania. So I was in Pennsylvania last week. And, this guy's got money and he does lavish gifts for people. So for one of my other friends, he gifted him a painting by the current drummer of who sings Freebird, that song Freebird.
Leonard Skinner?
Of Leonard Skinner. And it turned, and we spoke to the guy on the phone, and it turns out Leonard Skinner, the current version,
is Leonard?
is going to be playing at the National Mall with a complete orchestra doing the long version of Freebird.
Okay, your cousin just yelled out, "That's embarrassing," that you had to ask who the band was.
And
believe it or not, I got up a half hour ago. So I'm sorry, but I'm still.
You're on delay. I get
Okay.
it.
I'm resetting the brain.
I think what's embarrassing as well, and don't quote me on this, but did you say Leonard Skinner? Isn't it Leonard? Without me Googling anything.
Yeah.
You know what? You could take your Southern England accent. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So yesterday when we were unfortunately at the dinner, by the way, do you know what time we got out of there? We got out of there late. It was very relaxing atmosphere.
Sorry.
Didn't rush
Sorry
us.
to interrupt. I'll let you carry on. I forgot to say before the show, Rene, just have a look at the private chat and we'll do that later. Sorry, Elisa, crack on.
No, it's okay. So what was I going to say? You mentioned to me at the funeral dinner that you had some thoughts and ideas and things you wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, so this was it, okay? And this is very personal for me. But you know, it's actually very therapeutic for me to talk about it. When I was younger, I could not handle death. I couldn't handle funerals. I couldn't even handle calling someone who lost someone and know how to do it. You know, I wasn't socially awkward. It's just there were certain things I just couldn't handle. You know, something inside of me just couldn't confront the concept of death. And I started, when I got a little bit older, I said, no, you cannot be this guy. You cannot be the guy that when people need you, you're not there for them. And I basically just looked myself in the mirror and then started becoming a better version of myself by confronting death. And now, believe it or not, I want to thank you guys and everyone in the show. By becoming red pilled, my level of just general faith, kind of like in essentially everything, like everything is okay. Like I get it. I'm open to that. My level of faith now in the afterlife, in what comes next, in dimensions, is so high internally that I actually felt joy yesterday because I was excited for my uncle, because I knew that his life here on earth was awful. And I knew that he was going to be, at least in the presence energy of Jesus, and he's with God, and it gave me peace. It gave me joy. Yeah. So I went from this one extreme of like PTSD to, you know, almost like, you know, one in tune with it. So thanks.
That's beautiful to hear. I mean, I don't know how long I've been feeling like that myself, but it has been a long time. It's like, and I've said this to Lisa about other things. When I see sad things, I'm very strong with it and everyone around me. When I see happy things, do you know what I mean? That's when I sort of get a bit teary and stuff like that. But I remember when my granddad passed away and there were 6 of us, and it was an honor to carry in his coffin. And the 5 people around me were just sort of falling apart. Do you know what I mean? I said, sort yourselves out, stand up straight. This is how you do it, you know, because I've been on this spiritual vibe a long, long time. And I don't fear death. I think we come here to have our human existence in our spiritual body or whatever. And yeah, I think they've all returned home. And I think they're in a better place than we are at the moment while all this shit show goes on. You know, even though I'm thoroughly enjoying it, you know, I don't like watching people, you know, die and be collateral damage in this and stuff. But I know that we are getting to the end of this takedown of this criminal cabal that has been running this earth for centuries, if not thousands of years. And I'm just positive and happy. And plus, we've had so many people die of late and that it's a bit like, you know, with all the COVID stuff and everything. But yeah, no, that's really nice to hear, Rene.
Yeah.
And especially that Elisa and I have been a major part of that for you.
You guys have. I mean, I literally went shopping this morning because of you guys. I don't shop. I mean, what the hell do I buy? Like what Led Zeppelin shirt that I got on in honor of my cousin George. But I don't shop. So I was like, the fact that I go like this and buy something that's not a really badass cryptocurrency is amazing to me. So thank you again.
Good.
I can't wait for these lasers. I want these lasers. I can't wait for these lasers to invade my body.
Well, I don't want to.
What do you know about this, Elisa? Elisa, is this like medbed light?
Okay.
Is this the med bed that rolls out and Nino said this is what I use on my bed and that sort of
mat? Yeah, the med bed mat.
Yeah.
Listen, I look at it this way. I didn't hear anything, like I didn't have a chance this week to get any due diligence done and find out what Nino said about it. I just saw that, you know, the repost of it. Mm-hmm. So, but it makes sense. And I've seen the result of a lot of these other frequency things, especially in Mel's place, right? The results that he's had with frequency. Mm-hmm. So I look at it this way, you know, any of this stuff is only going to help, you know, improve and I don't know, had a whole bunch of things that it said that it does, but yeah, and it's supposed to take 20 minutes, you know, so
I have 20 minutes.
We should all get together and do like 20 minutes, like, and then, you know,
I've just dug out the video Nino played on his channel. Do you just want me to play this?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I bought this thing with only Elisa saying, buy it.
All right, this is
which is very effective, by the way, Elisa.
This is 1 minute long.
Okay.
All right, fam. This is exactly what I use here. This is my little med bed hack, the red light therapy panel here at the top with a PEMF mat right here. I turn it all the way up on this device here. And this is where I lay with meditation music playing on my phone over there. And this is it right here. I got the whole setup here, so you can see what I do. I lay right under there on the PMF bat with the red light over me. So this is how you do it, folks. You got to get the right stand, though, the L-shaped stand with the red light panel and the PMF mat, and you're set. I'll put the link down below. Nino 20 on single items. Nino.
That's enough. You don't need all these codes and stuff. But have you got any red lights as well, Rene? Because I can actually see you going the whole hog here now and building yourself an aquarium and sitting in there like an iguana.
So my concern is that I didn't get that like lamp above it. I got this thing. Maybe I didn't get enough.
Well, that's your med bed there, but a lot of people use red light therapy as well, which is like that's what he's got above it with red bulbs and sort of stuff like that. You're muted again, Elisa.
Oh, I can research that because you're going to be away with the family. Maybe if I find it, I'll order it, and then we'll have the whole setup.
And I'll give you the money. But you want to know what's interesting? You are not the only influence for me to get this red light therapy.
I know you had. Listen, I don't know if it's helping you grow hair or whatever. It doesn't even matter.
Honey, I'm trying.
It's the energy, you know, and it's the positivity and it's the intention you have.
And I never know if the damn thing is on, so I have to look into my TV over there. I have to angle back, and if I see red is dead. We're good.
You're good. So tell me what you had on your mind, because you had some thoughts you wanted to talk about. Was that it about
That
the
was a thought.
Okay.
That was a thought. Another thought was just July 4th in general. I remember when I was a kid for the bicentennial,
Yeah, I remember that.
1976. And I remember how excited the country was.
Yeah.
So now going to DC to take my daughter, who's really, I'm very proud of her. She's doing so well. She's going to take these 2 classes at Georgetown University. So I'm really excited about that. But just to be there in the nation's capital during 250, having such fond memories of the bicentennial, for me is actually really, really a big deal. So that's it. So I'm hoping in terms of the red pill world, some cool stuff, important stuff happens. Because everyone keeps talking about 1776. You know what? I want to see some 1776 stuff this weekend. I want to see it. You know, I'm not from Missouri, but sometimes I am. I want to see some stuff. Because if you're going to do some stuff to make the United States and the world a better place, do it now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some EBS stuff over this weekend, if I'm honest with you.
I'm open to that. I'm gonna bring my my 20-06 just in case.
I also think though, like it's the kickoff because he did say, President Trump, that it was the whole year. It was going to be a year of celebration. I mean, we're seeing a lot of, you know, at this point, I see dates and I see what's going on in terms of the military operation. So they're saying, you know, July 2nd, this happened, and the 3rd, this is going to happen, and the 4th, this is going to happen. And I'm not sure I believe it's happening, and it might have happened, and maybe there's disclosure on those days, but I do believe in the next year. And sometimes, like for us, it feels like a year. Why do we have to wait a year? I think we're going to see some major stuff across the board, the financial industry, you know, the differences. I mean, just look at the last year, how much has happened.
Big changes.
Big changes, you know, and I think there's going to be a lot more disclosure. I mean, we're seeing a lot of disclosure with criminality in terms of all these organizations that have just, they're so corrupt, and they've ripped people off, and they're doing awful things when they're supposed to be doing good things. And also we just keep, I mean, you can't have a day go by that you're not seeing major stories about trafficking, you know, being stopped.
Yeah.
And I want to invite you, if you have any time, if you're inclined. We did a show, what was it, last Monday, Stu? With Basil Baz. Basil Baz is
it was the week before, because we had Lewis, didn't we? And it was
yes 2 weeks ago. Amazing man, based in Florida. He has been saving kids. You know, he's former military and all that, but, you know, tough guy. He's been saving kids, literally, physically, going in and finding trafficked kids since 1993.
I can play his little thing if you like.
Play it.
Anyway, just want to say one thing. He said
well,
everything he's done, they have rescued every single kid that they have and rescued these kids. And these people don't get paid. Okay. They obviously live on donation and that sort of thing. They don't get paid. He said he doesn't want his people getting paid. He said, because it's not about money. It's about whether you're truly a warrior for the children. And he has a great organization called ARC. Yeah, he's just incredible. So,
and you said he lives in Florida?
Yeah. A lot of these organizations and people that are in the movement for saving the kids, not all, obviously, I don't want to mitigate what everyone's doing around the country, but there's a lot, based in Florida.
I'd love to meet him.
You may.
Love to.
Well, we're going to, like I said to you, I think we're going to finish a little bit earlier today because we want to have a private chat with you, Rene, if that's all right. But let me just play this. Basil Baz, and he sent us this. This is just under 6 minutes long, but this is a beautiful watch.
Very powerful.
There's a quiet kind of evil that don't make a sound. It don't crash through doors, it just pulls us down into names erased and faces sold, where a heart beats cheap and a soul grows cold. But there's a line in the sand drawn firm and wild by us, the ones who refuse to forget one child. We've seen the dark where hope runs thin, still choose to walk straight into it again. We don't come home without the child, through the aching dark, through the undefiled, with the lost, unnumbered, forgotten, exiled. We don't come home without the child, through every lie, every twisted mile, through shattered trust and the devil's trial. Love keeps breathing fierce and wild. We don't come home without the child. Every door we knock is a reckoning, every chain we break is a reckoning. Every whispered prayer in the dead of night becomes our map, becomes our fight. We carry names we've never met, like sacred vows we won't forget. Where fear says turn, we take one more step into the places the world neglects. We don't come home without the child, not while a single breath is defiled, not while a soul is trapped and reviled. We don't come home. No cost too steep, no road too wild, no shadow deep, no heart to exile. Hope runs stubborn, mercy slow. We don't come home without the child. We've learned what silence weighs on skin, how it settles deep and won't give in. We stood in rooms where time won't move, where every second has something to prove. And still we go when the light runs thin, not for applause, not to fit in, but because somewhere a name still calls from behind locked doors and broken walls. We don't bring back answers, we bring them home. We don't leave breath to face it alone. And if the world forgets what it swore was true, we carry it further than fear could do. Not statistics, not stories, not lost causes. We don't come home without the child, through every grave where hope was piled. We speak life, we death has smiled. We don't come home without the child, So when the night feels too far gone and the silence feels too strong, there's a promise still running through the wild. We don't come home without the child.
Pretty powerful.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. And this is why we dedicate our every Monday show. And we were so honoured to take over Mark Abrams, because ultimately, you know, we all talk about Q and everything else like this, but all of us in this, it's to save all the children worldwide. And it's not just children, it's girls, boys, you know, teenagers, women, and, you know, being held captive for, well, all sorts of horrific things. But, you know, this is so prevalent worldwide. And, you know, you listen to a lot of people talk about this, and Lewis Holmes, you know, states it all the time, that drug dealers can only sell their drug once, right? Traffickers can sell their victims again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And this is why we're doing it.
You know, just seeing this, that this is actually going on outside of law enforcement, for me, is not expected. I did not expect to see this.
Yeah.
And, you know, because, you know, as a lawyer, you're kind of like designed, if you will, to, you know, have a certain process for things. This is clearly effective and clearly outside the process that the, dare I say, use the expression, normie lawyer is accustomed to. And I mean, I look at it as a lawyer, and it's like, I first ask myself, is this even legal, you know, for this man to do this heroic thing?
Well, he works with law enforcement. He doesn't work like vigilante. He's
good to know. Good
yeah,
to know.
and they're ex-military, and they're, you know, so it's.
But then there's another side of me that says, who cares?
Yeah, no, exactly. And don't forget as well that,
because if it's working, what do I care? If, you know, if I'm going outside the criminal justice system, do I really care? I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, and don't forget as well that many people in law enforcement, judges, lawyers, etc., are involved in this, which is how it's been able to continue for so long.
Right. That would
clearly
make sense.
Yeah, when you let certain people off crimes and covering stuff up, as other people like Basil Baz and many others are trying to eradicate this, that they're fighting people that are trying to defend that system because they're all involved.
In New York, there's an organization called Safe Horizons. This is for they give support for battered women.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, you know, now that you mention this, they actually do work with law enforcement as well. So maybe it's like that kind of juxtaposition.
Because you need people that are trained in the military, because they know how to do these ops, and they know how to get there, and they're physically, you know, they're trained, you know. And, you know, here's the thing that really kind of killed me. When we had on, I think it was Lee Dundas, who's a civil rights attorney. She's gone into these unbelievable places to save young girls from trafficking. She was saying that we think of this like in these remote places, but she's like, if there's a hotel in your town, it's going on. And here's the other thing. I think it was Tim Tebow, I'm not sure, who's very outspoken about all this as well. And he said according to like one of the interviews and the statistics, he was just looking at New York, and he was saying how 35%, that's the number, you know, of the trafficking that goes on is from the family. It's fathers and mothers.
It's nuts.
So here's the point, the uplifting point. The uplifting point is that the more we can bring awareness of this from the more organized traffickers, the more people's eyes will be open to be more aware, right? That weird guy you might know, even though he's an upstanding member of the town and he's playing golf, maybe your instincts are right. Maybe there's something strange about him, you know? So, or her, the woman. I'm not trying to make this a sexist thing, because there's evil on both sides, both genders. So anyway, yeah. And, you know, like for us, Stu and I were talking, and we're like, it's great. It's great to be red pilled. We need to, you know, go down these rabbit holes geopolitically and Q and all this other stuff, right? But in the end, besides getting the word out, there's not a lot for us to do. We're not privy to what's really going on. We're not part of the, you know, the military elite, you know, people that are doing this stuff. The only thing we really have power over is helping to save the children, average, normal people. So
you know, in Fort Lauderdale Airport, you land, you take a taxi, and then you take Federal Highway US 1.
Yeah.
So now that I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking those motels on the right and on the left, as you take that, it's going on right there.
Right.
Because I look back and I've seen children in the area. I've also seen prostitutes in the area. And I've seen some really sketchy looking dudes. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever. But now I'm not thinking, whatever. I'm thinking, what's happening there?
Right, I just dug out this little a 20-second Tim Tebow clip. You watch this, Rene. This will shock you.
Every one of those red dot maps is a unique IP address that is downloaded, shared, or distributing child rape images, almost all under the age of 12. And that's just a 6-month screenshot of it. And there are over 338,000 on there. There's blue dots on there. You can't really see them, but the blue ones are the ones that are under investigation.
In a sea of red.
Isn't that a problem of what we're talking about? Every one of those red dot maps.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is.
This should be the national priority.
Yeah. Well, I think it is.
Well, it certainly is for the Trump administration. He came in and started. This is
first executive order.
The scenes.
Yeah, this needs to be the priority forever until there are no red or blue dots. All clear.
And you know what I never thought of? I never thought of this till recently. Like growing up, you know, you wherever, if you went out to clubs in the city or whatever, you know, you always knew there were prostitutes around, and you just think it's like isolated. Like, in other words, these women, you think of it as like the woman, and then you think how many of these women are trafficked, they're prisoners, maybe they were doing this since they're 12, maybe their fathers sold them. Like, you don't think about that big picture until you think about it.
Well, do you remember New York City pre-Giuliani?
Yeah.
You know, 42nd Street, Circus World. It was wild. I mean, I remember, because I was a lunatic as a kid. I was, you know, going to the city since I was like 12 with my friends. And I remember going into Times Square and thinking I'm in a movie.
Yeah.
Like every stereotype that you can imagine was there. The peep shows were in your face and real. Yeah. It wasn't video. They were there. And I have proof because I was there.
Yeah.
The drugs were everywhere. And by drugs, I'm talking about heroin. I'm talking about street drugs. Bad. Pimps just walking like they own the town. I remember this. you know, we're making progress, but we need to make more progress.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, Stu, just one last thing, and then we can, you know, maybe talk about geopolitics and stuff. Do you have the video handy of that promo for cages?
No, but I can find it.
Yeah. So Louis Herms, who was running for governor of California on the platform of child trafficking, election integrity, and what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting his third platform, but all the things that none of the politicians run on. He made an amazing run in the primary. He didn't get in. I think many of us knew he wouldn't, just because of the machine and also trying to weed out a lot of the systemic corruption that's going on. But he has very big plans when it comes to trying to fix a lot of these things, you know, at least in his own state, and building up a template for other states to be able to use.
Well, just running, I think, is important.
Yep.
You know, it gets the word out, and then all of a sudden, you know, these movements can actually catch fire.
Exactly. Well, anyway, he made a few films, so I was leading to one of which, this is one of the ones called Cages. What do you know the year, Stu?
No, it's only a few years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting? So, you know, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't.
I kind of knew that.
No, but I really didn't. And it's interesting when you look at it from like the other perspective, which I clearly was. He kept talking about a movement, and I kept looking at him, like, the fuck are you talking about? What movement? It's like, what are you gonna have, another bowel movement? I would think. It's like this guy, a movement, him. So there's a lot of opinion out there. I'm telling you, we are living in alternate realities within alternate realities. Like, for me to say, like, yeah, okay, movement, like literally, like mocking him. A lot of people are like what I used to be.
Yeah.
It's amazing how the perspective really defines everything. You know, just like with my uncle's death, it's like my perspective defined my experience.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
did.
I think it takes, it's gonna, you know, that's the whole point. The more these things get out there, people can't hide. And most people that, no matter what position they take, they don't do their research. They don't take the time. They listen to sound bites. You know, I mean, it's.
I think people are just too damn busy, just trying to survive.
Yeah.
People are just, they're just trying to survive. Poor us.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
They've been kept busy on purpose. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's why people with 2 or 3 jobs, they haven't got time to research. They, you know, when they come home from doing all that shit, they don't want to watch a 2-hour video that we're doing. They just want to sit there and have a beer or a big cream cake or whatever they want to do, because they're thinking about going to that shit place to go to work again tomorrow. You know, it's constant for these people. This is why we say people live in open air prison. Oh no, I don't. I'm free. Well,
we are. Yeah, and you want to, and it transcends the socioeconomic.
That's right.
It's not just the poor, the destitute. It's the middle class, whatever the hell that is now. I have no idea what the middle class is anymore. But it's also the rich. The rich, contrary to people's belief, are in their own prisons, because now you're dealing with other rich people, and you're dealing with a guy who's got 100 million and you only have 10 million. And you keep trying to be like, you know, grab the carrot. Like, that's just human nature, I think. So, and the problem is, here's what the problem is. Because I go through my spells where I don't want to do it anymore. And I last like 3 or 4 days and I don't want to do it anymore. And in 3 or 4 days of I don't want to do it anymore, it's almost like law of attraction. It's you send an energy out to the universe where you don't want to do it anymore, and then lo and behold, The universe doesn't want you anymore. I've seen this. I've lived it. I lived it maybe a month ago. And I was like, Rene, do it because, you know, you're 54. You're not 104. But, you know, the energy we put out there also is very, very impactful.
Yeah.
And my friend John, he talked to me the other day. He's trying to set up he's a foot and ankle surgeon. He wants to set up his practice in Florida as well. And he said, Rene, I got 12 patients the other day. You can't believe this. And I'm like, oh, that's great, John. It's like, and you know who I have to thank for? And I'm thinking, oh, his mom, dad. No, he actually thanked me. And there's a reason. He thanked me. Because some time ago, years ago, I said these words to him. John, if you really, really, really want it, but you got to really, really, really want it, you'll make it happen. Because if you don't really, really, really want it, you don't really want it.
Yeah.
So as long as you really, really, really want it, and then you will do anything humanly possible or non-humanly possible to make it happen, it will happen.
That's why we're doing what we do.
You got to freaking move the mountain. You got to put yourself out there. You have to, because otherwise it's on you. You don't really want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to be willing to risk it all.
Yeah.
I know this. I know this.
When you wake up to what's going on, your priorities completely change. You don't give a shit what anyone thinks about you. You put yourself out there, and you could just completely go in a different direction. It's like money. I mean, money is not important to me anymore. I want to be able to survive, and you know, my mum passing away gave me a little bit of money and all that, and I'm trying to consolidate the best I can, put a bit into metals and whatever. But the more I don't go on holidays and do all these sorts of things, the longer I can do this until the time when everyone's awake, and then I can maybe enjoy a bit of that afterwards. But I'm not doing it until, and hopefully it's quite close as well. You know, a lot of people have been going, well, it's all got to be done by July the 4th, but many of us said no. Potentially, we're going to see a lot before July the 4th, but July the 4th.
Maybe July 4th. Maybe July 4th is the beginning.
Yeah.
Like
the beginning,
another step up.
Yeah, the beginning of the more public disclosure.
Maybe.
I believe.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, Trump might even announce Nasara tomorrow. If he does, that'll be right off, won't it? But
I'll be there sweating my ass off.
Yeah. Did you find that?
Yeah, of course did. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Let's just play this in. This is a couple of minutes long.
The only drug I like is the one I use to make you shut your damn trap and have you effortlessly submit to my will.
The young lady was court ordered to be sterilized under the false pretense of having an appendectomy.
What you're about to learn will be shocking, heart-wrenching, and may seem unbelievable. You will see hard evidence, anecdotal and circumstantial evidence of blatant crimes against humanity.
Jaime Zapata and I were ambushed while on official assignment. We were ambushed by 8 assassin shooters from the Zeta cartel.
It's simple. Nothing is more lucrative than the flesh.
One of my volunteers came across a woman being raped by 10 cartel coyote, called Border Patrol. Border Patrol told him to wait and call during business hours.
Then CPS steps in and completely takes your child from you, and you never get them back.
We've convinced good people to be on the forefront to cover for what you call evil. It is absolutely genius.
Did you see the little comment in there from Jenny, loving light one?
I did. I thought that was, yeah, I saw that. That was great. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was Lewis that was speaking with the beard. So yeah. So I think.
So what was that? There's more slaves now that there are
than ever before.
It's crazy.
Think about all the children, the women.
The official statistics that we get is that 8 million children go missing every year. Well, you know, it doesn't say how many returns and stuff, which is 22,000 every day.
That's crazy.
Worldwide.
Yeah, and then you mentioned that, plus the open air prisons that we all live in. It's a slave planet.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't. In spite of all this, I really think that it's changing, and it has to change behind the scenes before it's going to get public, because you have to wake people up to get involved and not to be so lethargic about everything. But I do believe that those statistics are not the same anymore. Not with all the rescues and the military all around.
You want to see something crazy, really cool? So a friend of mine gave me this gift. And at first when I got it, I was like, why are you giving me this? And then I look at it, I'm like, you know, this is really important. It's so important that I'm going to put it right next to my law degree. You want to see it?
Yeah.
So you see that?
Yeah.
And a little closer. That's a bill of sale for a slave in 1805 in Pennsylvania. And look what I put right next to it. That's my diploma from law school. So why did I do it that way? I was like, you know what? This thing is so important that I'm going to put it right next to my law school diploma, because on one side, there's proof that the world was a really fucked up place. And it's also proof that the world is better now in many ways. And on the right side is my law diploma, which means that I'm a champion for people to make their lives better. So I decided to literally put them next to each other.
Yeah.
You didn't expect that today, did you?
No.
I just, Robbie's put in the chat, I need some hope. I'm struggling. Hold the line. We're all here for you. You know, you've got our details. You can message us whenever you like. Come on the Saturday family chat next week. You're always welcome. But anything you need, you know, there's many people feeling like that. But where we go one, we go all. We're going to get there. It's going to be all right.
Yeah. And the energies are really shifting around right now.
They are.
They really are. You know, I think like when we hear about how they're adjusting frequencies and they're, you know, getting rid of these these strongholds over the ley lines, you can't expect, even though it's all for the good, you can't expect that everything's going to feel good. Our bodies, our minds, and everything's adjusting.
All right, so I'm for the caller that is struggling, I'm going to give you an assignment, and I will make you better. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to put on 2 songs, and you're going to put them kind of like back to back or straight together. And you're going to do this for like an hour. You're going to put on Hold the Line by Toto, because that'll give you the strength to go forward holding the line. And the other one actually got me through the Contracts final, which was a 12-hour final. It's 3 Little Birds by Bob Marley. And you're going to play them over and over and over and over again in any combination you want, and it'll make you better. That's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So everyone's got their own little things that have helped them through some sort of strife.
This is my castor oil recipe. Those 2 songs.
Yeah. If I was to give advice, I'd say go get yourself a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I've witnessed your expression of this, and you're quite the wine aficionado.
Well, I have to be coming around you, Rene, which is nice. That's good. But I hope to do that some more again soon. But yeah, I mean, what a first hour of the show. That was really quite lovely, wasn't it? Have you got anything else you want to discuss that's on your mind?
Last thing I need a weather report for Europe, because I will be there in about 2.5 weeks. And I'm going to be there for a while.
I could listen. We go cycling a lot, and I've got a few mates that go, should we go this way? I'm going, no. What about this way? Should we go out this time? I'm going, no, like that. And I just let them sometimes, all right, we do your thing. And we get stuck in the rain. And I just look at them and go, who does the weather? I go, you do the weather. I know. Yeah, I do the wind direction and everything. But I cannot.
So I really don't like the heat, so I'm going to be in Scandinavia.
Okay, well, I can't give you that 2.5 weeks in advance.
Okay.
When it gets closer to the time, tell me where you're going and stuff. I use 2 different apps.
Let's do it.
Sometimes they tell you different things, but I can sort of gauge how it's going to be.
I need it. I need it because I intentionally go to these places. I love to go to Alaska in the summer. I love to go anything in the north, because intense heat like what I'm going to be subjected to this weekend is not for me. I am not into extreme heat.
Make sure you wear a hat.
Yeah.
With MAGA on it or something like that.
I mean, if I want to really fuck them up and confuse them, I'll wear my laser hat.
Yeah, it won't work unless you've got a massive long extension lead.
You know what I want to ask you? If you're going to be in DC, go past the Federal Reserve building.
And do this to it?
Well, you can do that. But it's been closed for how long? Nancy Drew's been down there it's been closed forever.
6 years.
Boarded up. Come on, what does that tell you?
Wow.
Like Buckingham Palace.
Love
like
it.
Buckingham Palace, right?
Love it. Amazing.
You know, there is still a chance that they might get rid of 34 satanic buildings. You know, we've heard this, haven't we? I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but if so much debauchery has gone in these places, maybe it's a good thing. But yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Right. Okay then.
So what's going on this week? I've been a little out of it. The news. What would you say?
Well, I've got a video saved that I want to play this now. We've all seen this. How long is this? 35 seconds. We've all seen this story on the news of these 2 lovebirds climbing the Empire State Building, correct? With that banner that says, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. Their banner was slightly different.
She's kind of cute, that girl, by the way.
I've got that tattooed on my ear. But I want to play this video. This is from Fox News, and I want to tell me what you see and what is wrong with it. that's enough. What did you see there?
Well, to me, it looked like they were superimposed over something. But
Right. Let me show you again. Right. Hold up. I'll just put that to the start. Now, you watch the background going like this, round and around and around. So the helicopter should be, if that is the, it should be going round and around and around the top of that tower where they are, yeah? If the background is moving that fast.
Yeah, but Stu, couldn't it just be like a drone?
Whether it's a drone or a helicopter or anything, it is taking that picture and the background is moving round and around. So that drone should be going around and around.
Should be going around the person.
Right.
Now watch the people. It does not go around those. They stay in the same shot. It should be going behind them and coming back. Oh, I shouldn't use that arm. It should be coming round the back of them and coming back round the front. Round the back of them. Coming round. So watch this again.
Yeah, it's not doing it. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Right.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So that 100%. Is the sort of things we look out for. Now,
you're 100% right.
Is that complete green screen? Were they really up on the top? Was that other people? Was that filmed in a movie studio? This is what is being shown to the public as a live event happening.
And it's a lazy freaking effort, because you're 100% right. It should be like this.
Yeah.
100% right.
Is it lazy, or are they telling us that are observant?
No, that is a white hat operation, I believe. Check this out, people. Right? And was it done for something else? Amanda Grace did a little video about it, potentially what's coming. Charlie Freak was talking about it as well, the fact that the Patriots are in full control. But you have to, everything you see on the TV, you have to side eye it and go, is that real? Is that not real? Because we are being shown a story that so many of these things are happening, which is why I don't believe what we're hearing about Iran or Ukraine or any of these other things. I think most of these things have already been done. And we're seeing a public narrative roll out to inform the public of stuff that they've already achieved behind the scenes, in that particular case. But that looks so real, doesn't it? You've just got to think what Hollywood can do.
Yeah.
So I've seen on social media people in clubs in Kiev. People are having fun.
Yeah.
If I'm getting invaded, I'm not going to a club.
Right.
I'm just not. That's just me.
Well, we saw that in lockdown as well. We were getting videos coming out of Wuhan, China. They were all partying and celebrating. We initially saw the people falling down in the street and stuff. But these people that were falling down the street, they were getting them, putting their arms out in front of them before their head hit the ground. It was so much wrong with it all. And then videos were sort of like leaking out of China. Now, even was that a white hat operation with G involved? Because if the CCP is in full control and stuff, they don't allow videos out, don't they? They have internet restrictions and all these sorts of things. So how were we getting those videos from Wuhan where they all look like they're in Ibiza?
Right. Have you guys heard anything about this alleged parasite that's going around that causes like diarrhea that can?
Oh yeah, I did see one. I've only seen one post about that, but we're seeing
because they're desperate to find something that's going to make us really nervous.
Well, we're seeing.
Well, what was that? What was that stupid virus over the summer? Hanta.
Yeah, hantavirus, Ebola scares we keep getting. All these ticks being dropped and people finding ticks. Other stuff, diarrhea, disease.
What did Hanta mean again?
Yeah, remember we looked that up.
Said it's just so comical. Yeah, like they have to be evil, but like they have to do it with a sense of humor.
Right.
Well, no. Is it them being evil? Is it the white hats putting out these operations with a sense of humour? Full POG. Fourth psychological operation group. I mean, behind me here, if I just take my background off a minute.
I'm curious because I freaking forgot what the hell it meant, Hunter.
I've got it written up here.
Well, supposedly scam, liar, nonsense. And yeah, but on May 27th, someone from Reuters posted fact check. I don't know who the fact checker is. Hanta does not mean scam in Hebrew. There's no evidence that it means this in Hebrew or Israeli slang. I mean, why would, you know?
I see that. I see that.
The point is that the white hats have an amazing sense of humor.
So I'm meeting a friend of mine in DC who lived in Israel, and she married an Israeli. So you know what I'm going to do when I see her? Get on the phone.
Yeah.
What does Hanta mean?
Oh, you're not going to go like that, rock and roll then? That means get on the phone, does it? Yeah, I've got it written behind me on my thing. The highest level of psyopery that has ever been witnessed is playing out at a public level like never seen before. This is game theory, Sun Tzu, the art of war, fourth psychological operations group, fifth generation warfare, ghost in the machine, Q, continuity of government, devolution, 5D chess, dark to light, and the kayfabe is off the fucking charts, right? And the kayfabe is all this stuff with Trump and Elon pretending to have fights, and Trump did with Jeff Sessions and all these sorts of things.
Yeah. It's coming at us from all angles, right? And that's why, like, I do feel like, for example, you know, I hate to keep harping so much, but it's true. That's why, like, when I look at just individuals that are doing things to actually affect some kind of change, that's, I think, what we're supposed to do. That's what's supposed to unite us. Like, the military is going to do their thing. They're going to make all these shifts, if they haven't already, financially and, you know, peace-wise, and all these saving big groups of kids that have been trafficked, you know, in this industrial type way. But then it's up to us, you know, to all come together and do these more grassroots things. Like we did a show with a woman named Michelle Peterson, and her son was groomed by a coach. Long story short, she got wind of it through his phone, and she did not stop. I mean, she's been doing this, I think, when did it all start? 2011? 2015. I'm so sorry. I don't remember the exact date. Anyway, she alone, this, you know, she's a physical therapist. She got the first law passed, anti-grooming law, in the entire country. And then that's rolling out to, I think, 18 other states at this point. And now she's working to get all the other states. Like, I'm working with Donna to try to get this passed here in New York, because what happened when they are prosecuting these traffickers, they are actually using her law as a precedent law to get them. So now we're trying to get a national law, but who did it? This mom.
I'm embarrassed to say this. What is anti-grooming?
So when a coach or an adult, any adult, is trying to get a kid to want to engage with them in some way sexually,
they call it grooming.
Grooming, like they'll text them like, hey, I mean, the things that came off the text that this coach was texting her son, he literally, one of them got to the point where he offered him whatever it was, $1,000 to engage in a service to him. So the problem is that one of the problems she's having, or she's trying to overcome, is that there has to be a definition. Who qualifies as a groomer? Well, her opinion is any adult, because they're automatically in a position of power.
Sure.
And they're saying, oh, well, it's a teacher, it's a coach, it's a priest. No, it's any adult, because you have more power over a child, no matter what you do. And so these adults, whether it's on the internet, they pretend to be another kid. It's called grooming, where you're enticing them, you're you're fucking with their head, basically. And then this person's in a position of power. So her son didn't, like, if someone did something like that to us, we'd say, fuck off, you asshole. A kid is going to feel, well, he's my coach. I can't really say anything. I don't want to tell my mother because maybe he'll get in trouble. And you know what I'm saying? It's a whole mind fuck. So now when people are, you know, if they're found this, there's lots of teachers, all these sickos, you know, that do this kind of shit, these pedos. And so anyway, my whole point is that this woman made all these changes over the last decade in the legal system. And that's where I think we hope we, you know, can inspire more people to take the power they have to do things they can. We can't really help the military. We can't really go on these missions. We're not in Trump's inner circle where we have a say over how we move the financial system. But we could do it in our, you know, our own towns and our own states. You know,
so I'm having a little bit of audio. I'm going to go out, come back in.
Yep.
Yeah, you sounded like a Dalek then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what have you? Main stories have you seen in the news this week? I'm just going through my sort of list here and stuff.
I don't follow. Yeah, I don't. Maybe we'll wait till he comes back in. But I don't really. I try not to follow a lot of the date fagging and stuff when it comes to Nasara and Jassara and the new financial system and the quantum financial system. But there's been a lot of stuff coming out on some of the sites that we follow that we consider to be pretty, I don't know, reliable. Like Axios has posted a bunch of stuff about, you know.
I mean, we don't know how reliable they are, do they? But it certainly seems very, very interesting. And it uses, like I say, it uses a lot of the same language that we've heard in other people's posting that was sort of like pretty spot on at the time.
Yeah, so that's what stood out, and a lot of like the military action of what they're doing. You know, I've been hearing a lot of that, and they're giving dates. Now, again, I never really know that I believe when they give a date, but maybe the date is significant in some way, you know. But I don't know that they're going to tell you in 4 days this military operation is happening. They're not going to do that, but
unless it's already happened.
That's what I mean, right? And
it's just going to be the public rollout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or there's a disclosure, right? Exactly, a disclosure coming. So, but I haven't really had a chance. It's been a kind of a little bit of a crazy week.
Yeah.
So I haven't really read too much.
Yeah. Right, here he is. I just think he's coming back in. Hello? Can you hear us?
I mean, I can. Oh, it's gone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
It's a miracle. It was garbly, and then it's gone.
Yeah, at least we had a couple of stutters at the start of this show today. That's quite unusual, that. So
it was loud. It was like not like firecrackers, but like,
I don't know. Maybe that's a sign of something. You know, maybe there's this stuff transferring over and they're changing. You know, I don't know. A lot of people have been complaining about Rumble. They could be doing something right now.
Or
you know?
They can't handle all this truth and they're trying to upset us.
Yeah.
Well, that has been going on for a long time. So,
and we believe that that it's always been a white hat. I mean, of late, maybe not like, 10, 15 years ago, but we do believe that it was the white hats who shut down most of the people because we were onto it and they wanted to roll it out in their way.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
And also,
yeah.
And also with them, the white hats censoring us and taking us down on certain channels, it also showed the abnormies, the fact that we were all being censored, when, and this will be a massive boomerang for people when they realise that the mainstream media that was telling them to not listen to us crazy conspiracy theorists, we all got shut down and censored. When they find out that we were all shut down and censored because they were lying to us, right? Which I think you're going to see is a big flip in the mainstream media when they have to start telling the truth. people are going to realise why we all got shut down, and that will be a massive part of this. Then they're going to come back to the information.
I actually think that's really cool, because if that's the case, then history is going to look back on you guys as being like really important.
Yeah.
Because they were so important that they were censored.
Yeah.
Except they were speaking the truth. And then eventually they were vindicated.
Yeah.
It also was a test, I think, because everybody that got shut down figured out a way to get back up. You know, like it was like, well, how committed are you really? Are you going to start your
right? It's like what we were discussing before. How badly do you want it?
Right.
Are you willing to go on some weird channels, and are you willing to, you know, go outside of anything resembling the mainstream to get the word out? Then if you are, then I guess you really, 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 really want it. And here we are.
I mean, people have been building up their platforms on, you know, particularly like places like Facebook and YouTube for years, putting this information out and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, we just got shut down. Over 15 years on my Facebook, all my memories, my pictures and everything like that. And I was on there. It was like friends, family and stuff like that. But I was one of the main people on there constantly putting this information out. You know, it was only when COVID came, and September 2020, I think, my first Facebook got shut down overnight.
So all your personal photos were wiped away.
Everything gone.
But here's the interesting thing: a bunch of people. What would you say in the last 5-6 months, their channels got restored?
Yeah, not on Facebook.
No, YouTube, not Facebook. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. A lot of their channels came back.
Yeah, well, my channel came back.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a lesson in this. The lesson is we are users of social media. We don't own our content.
Oh, you're starting to cut out a little bit again. You know, Shirley said that the sun is very lively at the moment. We're in a massive plasma stream, which is causing major internet disruptions. Maybe that's what's happening. Yeah, you're like in and out again.
Yeah, I can see that.
We were talking about ending this earlier today.
So, I can't hear what you're saying, but should we were going to stop a little early.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's stop here then, because we'll have a chat after. I want to discuss something with you, but sorry, that was just my back going, breathing in my lung. What was I going to say? Because we were talking about the children a lot, I've put this little video from Spiritual Street Fighter on the end as well, which is lovely to play out. But yeah, we'll finish up there then. We've got Jason in just over 3 hours. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Isn't it? And then we've got about an hour and a half for that one. Elisa's got some stuff to do. Absolutely perfect. Listen, everyone, we love you in the chat. You're absolutely beautiful people. Thank you, Rene. This may spur you on to get your own podcasting studio now. It'd be top notch and full 4K and everything. But yeah, we love you all. Where we go, when we go all. Robbie, hold the line out there. We're here for you if necessary. And yeah, we'll see you in a few hours with Jason.
Bye-bye.
I will be the last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see.